a third-rate review special episode.
Okay, so you want to start your 1/6 figure collection. You're excited for all the different poses you'll put your figures in and how envious everyone around you will be when they see your collection. You imagine the public cheering for you and that 1X that got away, now longing for you and wishing to give it all up so they can be with you again. You can see the crowds yelling your name and everyone wanting to have sex with you. Then, you see the prices. Suddenly, your fantasies fade away in a cloud of smoke and you come crashing to reality. My God, these things are expensive. Yes, go ahead. Cry your eyes out. Yes, they are very expensive, and you can see why. The details, the materials, the quality, and the sheer amount of joy to hold one is euphoric. Still, you have bills to pay and need your money for more quote-unquote necessary things like shelter, food, family. I know, lame. So what can you do? Well, maybe I can help you figure it out. I cannot give you the answer for sure, but I can help, I think. If you're pondering and trying to figure out if you can really afford it, you probably can't and shouldn't. Don't put yourself in horrible financial situations to collect figures. Don't be like me. You have responsibilities, and those come first before figures. So stop the video now, turn around, and go to work. Go. Still here? Okay. Now that those losers are gone, let's talk real turkey. Maybe you can afford these figures and not put yourself in the broke house. Maybe you can afford to buy one a month and still go out on weekends. Maybe you won the lotto and you can finally afford those 3 NR jokers. Still, you want the best possible deal. We all do. So what do you do? First, you should set your budget. How much can you spend a month? Is it easier to buy one a month or one every 2 to 3 months? This is where the monthly payments can help you, but more on that later. And for the love of God, stick to it. Where can we start? Well, the seller websites. Sideshow, 16kid30. I've personally used these sites to purchase my figures and haven't been disappointed. If I were to choose one though, it would be Sideshow. Although others may tell you different. There are more websites out there, but I haven't been able to confirm feedback, so be wary. Make sure to always use paying methods that will let you dispute a charge and get your money back. You can always ask the community groups as to what seller they recommend, but more on this later. Sideshow and 16kid give you the ability to put down a percentage to reserve and pay the figure on a month-to-month basis without an interest rate. The deposit is non-refundable, so make sure you really want the figure or you lose the deposit. I think this is probably the best way to afford the figures. The payments are usually $40 to $60 depending on the full amount of the figure, of course. And once the payment is completed, your figure ships. Of course, don't put deposits for 4 to 5 figures. In that case, you might as well just buy one a month. Next, community groups. Facebook or Reddit are also great sources to find figures, but they do have their caveats. Some collectors will sell their figures through there, and you can usually trust they've treated them well. Remember, you're buying from individuals who may not have references, so it's buyer beware. The good thing, some of these community groups will have guidelines for selling figures, like writing the date and the username on the item and then posting it, and this is usually monitored by the administrators. For the safest transactions, always try to see if others in the group have bought from the person, and make sure to use payment methods that will protect you, like using PayPal goods and services. If a seller tries to get you to pay through family and friends or some other payment method not protected, run away. And even when you do find a good deal, make sure you ask for pictures, ask questions, and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. You can even ask for videos. My personal tip is ask for a video, shaking the figure to make sure that nothing comes off, and ask for pictures of the joints. Make sure you ask about accessories and if there's any damage to the items. And if the seller gets annoyed or refuses to comply with your request, maybe you should move on. Next are physical stores. There are comic book or specialty stores that may sell them, and you may be able to ask for a deal if the figure has been in stock for a long time. The good thing is, you can actually see it in person and you can ask to inspect it. The store may also have a return policy that gives you an easy way to bring back if something is wrong with it. Of course, if you are in Japan, you might as well go to the source. Places there sell the figures for retail price and you can nab an excellent deal. The next place is the most controversial and can either be great or awful, and that's eBay. That place is usually filled with scalpers and people that want the highest prices for their figures. And it's kind of understandable. eBay takes a good chunk of profit, so they need to maximize what they get. I would recommend you look for figures with the make offer button and, well, make an offer. I've gotten lucky and bought 2 figures well under the original buy it now price. Make sure you browse the listings and read all the details. And like the previous advice, ask questions and additional pictures if needed. And even if they don't have a make offer button, go ahead and offer the seller a price through a message. I managed to nab my inner Joker this way for a better price. Don't agree to make the purchase outside of eBay though. That can be risky because you won't be protected. And don't offer the seller to buy it outside of eBay either. You can get banned by eBay for doing that. And if that fails, keep an eye on the listing and see how many times it gets listed. The item may not sell, and eventually the seller may even throw you an offer to buy. This is how I got my Batman. It didn't sell for a few weeks, and the seller threw me an offer. I counter offer, and wham, we got a deal. You do have to dedicate a lot of time to eBay, but there are deals to be found, and you are protected by eBay's policies and rules. Finally, you can look for an actual auction and bid on them. I saw a Hot Toys Neo sold for $350 this way, way under the usual buy it now prices of $500 and above. Just make sure you take a look at the pics and again, ask questions if you have to. I've also had bad experiences where I bought a figure through eBay thinking it was new and it was actually missing accessories. Thankfully, the seller and I worked something out because he wanted to avoid a bad rating, so I kinda ended up getting a good deal. I really hope this helps you out. If you have additional tips or ideas, please leave a comment below, and if you enjoy the material, give me a like or a follow. Well, I hope you have a great time collecting your figures, don't go broke, and all the best. Have a good one.